Now, what sort of tomfoolery was afoot? Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Ahaha, I had my mic muted.
Okay, I was about to be like, oh no.
No, it was because I had to burp.
Oh, okay. Well.
Anyway, what the fuck is let's talk to her.
I can't believe Theseus is making me do this. She's always getting into things with her crazy theories and her political thoughts. Quote, political. She isn't really making you do this, though, is she? She's told you to stay out of it, actually. Yes, of course she told me to stay out of it. She always tells me to stay out of it, sweetie. But I can't resist organizing the pathetic lives of trolls But I can't resist. Organizing the pathetic lives of trolls is so gosh darn addicting. The world is filled with insufficient management and regulatory malpractice and useless aesthetic bullet journals with garish color combinations, and someone must do something about it.
Preach, girl.
And who better to whip everyone into efficient machines of bureaucracy than Stelza Audit terror and training. Here's my card, darling. Ring it if you need my services.
I kind of relate to her a little bit. Wow, thanks. Just because she's organizing and everything sucks and I'm gonna make it better, and it's yeah. And also her fucking eyes.
Yeah. I don't think we'll ever need an auditor. Hand that card right back then. I hate to waste neon pink card stock. It takes me hours to bedazzle them.
Aww.
So you're not even a lawyer? A what? I mean, you're not even a legislacerator? Sometimes I get it, and sometimes it just becomes a bundle of consonants that, rattles around before falling listlessly onto the ground. How are you going to prosecute effectively?
How indeed.
I may not be interested in judicial law, but I'm certainly more equipped than the so-called defense to handle this case. Besides, I can't resist the large clown man with the expensive blowout. He might decide to redecorate if I decline this opportunity. By redecorate, I mean he will repaint the car with a flesh coat of teal.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, well, I don't know. I still don't think anyone's forcing you to do this. Pish posh! It's much too late now. I'm in it to win it, and I will crush the opposition under my impeccable troll Louis Vuitton patent silhouette heels all season.
Stiletto.
Stiletto.
But let's take a look.
What did I say?
I don't remember what it wasn't stiletto.
Okay.
But I'm just looking at her shoes. I'm like, girl, you're wearing Crocs.
I just wish I didn't have to play along with my dear Zizi's silly political fantasies.
Which would you like?
Politics is more important than romance. What did you mean by silly political fantasies? Oh, same old. My ZZ is the result-driven go-getter who thinks outside the box. It's an enviable skill set in certain lacerated resource pools.
There you go, you did it.
She may give leadership a shake-up, but it's always for the betterment of the Empire, of course. Ha, why wouldn't it be? I mean, her hard work is all for the sake of streamlining the process, but the way she tries to eliminate pain points tends to push the envelope.
Let's talk to Theseus.
Okay. Ooh.
What shall we do?
We could, judging by this, we can probably talk to her multiple times, so I think either or.
Well, we did just talk to Stelza.
Bet she's having a meltdown. She's sitting right next to me. I can see him probably over here, but I just am not paying attention.
Gotta read that book. Oh, sorry.
Don't worry about her. Stealth has got her top buttons done up so tight she's gonna choke. She needs to have her feathers mussed once in a while. Keeps our relationship interesting.
Okay. What do I do?
Despite the hip new defense process, you'll basically be following in the steps of the leagues of legislators, legends that came before you. First, you must take statements from all involved parties. Second, you must gather evidence and determine your timeline. Third, you must decide your plan of attack so you can defend Daria and crush your opponent with no hesitation.
Isn't our opponent your mate sprite?
Yep. That's what makes this all the more invigorating.
Cool, let's murder her.
Anyway, after you've scuttled around and interviewed everyone and dug up all of the evidence you can find, come back to me and I'll get his tyranny to start up the trial.
Okay, should we talk to the rest of the teals or should we go to the other?
Why not talk to everybody? Let's do it.
Okay. Tell us. Am I Gorgor?
Yeah, you're Gorgor.
Hello again. Nice evening, isn't it?
Why are you in such a good mood when everyone else is freaking out?
An innocent troll with nothing to hide sleeps the sleep of the just. I've got a cup of tea, an absolutely devastating haircut, and a front row seat for what promises to be some especially juicy justice, free of charge. The only thing missing is snap kernels. You wouldn't happen to have any snap kernels, would you?
No.
Pity. Anyway, the name's Tagora Gorjek, but you can call me Gorgor.
Gorgor. So you can prove you weren't involved in this crime?
Cynicism and distrust, both of which I can respect. Of course I could prove it. I could prove anything, however far-fetched. I feel like you should sound like a car salesman, actually.
This baby here will run you for miles.
Monday. But you'll need to pay my hourly billing rate, of course. Just sign here.
You want to charge me to prove you're innocent?
It's hard work being innocent. You want me to do it for free? How do you expect me to read with this cat in the way? Expect me to make any money?
Well, okay, but if you can't prove you're innocent, your name may come up in the trial. And you know, people get convicted for stuff they didn't do all the time. Don't you watch crime shows and stuff? You guys have those?
We have public callings every so often, if that's what you mean. Maybe you're right. Okay, I'll prove my innocence for you, free of charge. I hope you're aware that I wouldn't extend this special offer to just anyone.
Oh, thank you.
I couldn't have done it. I was in the load gaper.
Oh, but wait, the book was found in the load gaper.
Indeed, but I promise you that the full hour I spent in there was devoted to nothing but the diligent evacuation of my internals.
Oh, good. That's what we like to hear.
Yep.
You. But how do we know you're telling the truth? That's an awfully long time to be using the bathroom, isn't it?
What's it anybody's business of yours how long I take in the gaper? To be honest, we members of the legislature profession are prone to load blockages and slow disgorgements.
Too much information.
The load
Ew!
gaper.
Ew! Fuck you!
Gaper security video will show beyond a reasonable doubt that I was closeted with my bowels and so nowhere near the scene of the outrage at the time it took place.
Aha!
Security. Security camera.
I don't see a tape in there.
What's a tape?
Oh, right. Your planet probably hasn't used tapes for hundreds of years. It's how we record videos. They're like a little black box with 2 spools of magnetic tape in them. And as it turns, it plays the video.
Whoa, that's amazing! We just use grubs.
Grubs? Like insect grubs?
Yeah, like insect grubs, and then my fat ass cat gets in the way and I can't see what the fuck I'm talking about anymore.
They just take turns, right?
Yeah, they're linked. No, yeah, they do. It's one cat or another. That was Eos. Yeah, they're linked psychically to a CPU or something like that.
Hi, gaming. And this is just like a naturally occurring thing on your planet?
I love my cats too. They're just inconvenient. Well, in the old days we used to farm them, but natural-born memory glubs can only store a terabyte of information maximum, which in the 90s was a super huge amount of information.
Like, goddamn. My floppy disk can only store several megabytes.
Now they're cloned and grown in giant vats on some Imperial ship out in the galactic border.
So they're just slave bugs?
When you put it that way, it sounds really sad.
Your planet has a lot of sad things, Zephyros.
I know, but that's why the Tetrarch is going to change everything.
If you say so.
It looks like we're going to need something sharp and thin to pry the grub out.
Right, let's go see what we can find.
Oops, had to adjust something. Okay, something long and thin. Where the fuck? Hey, Gorgor, can we borrow your horn?
Okay, just rip your horn off.
This guy has something long and thin.
Okay, 1 second. I am above the petty drama of hysterical... What the fuck is that word? Anchorites?
Sure.
Anchorite. I only care about facts and reason.
Okay, give us your sword, though.
I don't have a sword.
It's fake.
We can see your sword.
God damn it.
What's up, Joe? Are you hyped for this or what? LOL.
Honk.
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 Just every single time he comes up, he gets a different voice, and that's just how it's gonna be. Actually, I'm pretty nervous. I'm totally new to all this legislator stuff. Oh man, don't freak out, buddy. He spells buddy differently every single fucking time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care if you do something wrong, because everybody participating in the trial will be encouraged to commit less naughty acts just by witnessing the utilitarianism of the means of punishment.
It's like when you have a fucking jail cell so you can see everything inside it.
No matter the outcome, it is a moral victory, bud. Buddy, holla, screech, brat.
Holla,
Brat. Wow, no wonder they picked you to be the judge. I hope I'll be able to convince you of whatever my case ends up being. I'm sure you put up a hell of a show, honk.
Honk.
Yeah, I only noticed because half the time it trips me up because it's just like a completely, like the different ways they spell buddy sometimes, it's just really thinning out the English language, you know what I mean?
I love how Homestuck's like, fuck the English language. I'm like, I agree so much.
Yeah. Can we ask you some questions for the trial?
Do you want me to try Lanky since you're voicing like everybody else?
Yeah, you can be Lanky.
Make it quick. Which one?
I don't think, honestly, we're going to get that much information either way. So, yeah, let's just do that one. What do you think about this whole situation?
That Branya is naive if she thinks this is what it looks like on the surface. And that Linnea could stand to get paled.
What is that supposed to mean?
My suggestion would be that you should talk to everyone here before making any snap judgments. Okay, let's talk to Wanshi.
Munchie.
Munchie! Oh, hi! I guess you want to talk about Fresh Teeth, Book 5 of the Rainbow Emotion Saga, ooh?
Yeah, so you're the one who had it first?
Well, I didn't bring it onto the train if that's what you're asking. I just found it. I'd never seen it before. I only knew the series by reputation.
Is it very well known?
Not exactly, but I know some of the others have definitely read it. I love Wanshi too. She's so cute. It's about a jade blood who's thrown out of the caverns for impure dalliances with her fellow jades. Ooh. Then she becomes a rainbow drinker and has even more impure dalliances.
A rainbow drinker?
Oh, I guess you trolls who live on the surface have different myths. Ooh. Legends have it that there are jades who have cheated death by becoming rainbow drinkers. They say that the rainbow drinkers can live forever, and their eternal youth means they never have to leave Alternia. But they must drink the blood of other trolls to survive. Ooh.
Part of me is kind of surprised that the word blood actually has stayed in the troll language, you know what I mean? With every other thing that they kind of switched to something else.
Yeah.
Oh, like a vampire.
You gotta have it be decipherable. You can't change everything, you know?
Yeah, I suppose.
Sure, if that's what you call it. Ooh. But it's all just stories, of course. Rainbow drinkers aren't real.
So the book is just about vampires?
Well, there are rainbow drinkers in it, but I wouldn't say it's about them. It's more centered around the main character doing pretty much all the sacrilege that's possible to do, of which becoming a rainbow drinker is one. Can you hear Austin in the background?
Sometimes. Is he playing Overwatch?
Yeah, it sure sounds like he is. Like, there's this one iconic scene where she gets her, Wanshi, that story sounds really exciting. But obviously you don't have the book, so, we're gonna go talk to some other people.
Gets her what in what? She keeps bringing out a little nail file. Maybe she could let us borrow that.
But that wasn't an option.
That's true.
One moment, I'm gonna tell Austin to be quiet.
Austin! Shut up! Ah.
Okay, who should we talk to next?
Follow your heart.
Let's talk to this little scamp. Looks suspicious. Hey, I know what it looks like, but I had nothing to do with this. If I had been the one to steal part of the infamous Rainbow Emotion Saga, I promise I would never have returned it. Actually, could we strike that from the record?
How do you know so much about the book?
I have an interest in, salacious historical artifacts.
Isn't she a little young to have interest in salacious historical artifacts?
Do you think the trolls give a shit?
That's true.
I never thought I'd run into one here of all places. Usually, even professional perspective editors could only hope to touch a book like that one on the ugly end of a low-blood rebellion.
Perspective editor?
Yes! It's a branch of historical methodology where you help the government decide which historical documents are advantageous to the Empress and which should be locked up or purged.
Like her little teeth right there.
Yeah. All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth. Most people think it's boring work because you spend a lot of time reading old ledgers and requisition records, but you wouldn't believe the things you learn about the past from that stuff. Of course, there's the added benefit of being the only one who gets to see them at all.
Wait. Are you saying that you study this historical documents and then you just lie about what's in them?
Yeah, just like in that book, 1984. Yes. Why else study history if not to control it? If you put history into the hands of the people, you'd end up with a total anarchy. Just look at what's happened here.
Anyways, fascism is not cool, kids.
I think the entirety of Arternia is supposed to be telling us that.
Yeah, well,
Let's talk.
I don't know if it's supposed to, but that's what it's doing. Daria, can we ask you a few questions?
She's going on the internet and tell lies.
Yeah, whatever.
Did you do it?
Zephyros, you can't just ask that.
Oh. Why not?
Because she's our client. It's our job to believe that she's innocent. We can't ask her anything that would incriminate her. ...
blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. Why? You're considered innocent until someone proves you guilty. Sounds fake, but whatever. I didn't do it, but Lynera thinks I want to fill pails with Bronya, so she's not going to change her story. And that teal blood with the industrial metallic cylinder up her nook is going to believe whatever she thinks will make the clown happy. Could we ask you some more questions? Fine.
It is kind of fun to be like, I know something about this situation that is beneficial for your culture. That is how to be of defense attorney.
Yeah. And honestly, even though she's the one that doesn't have any lawyering experience out of all of the teal bloods, she's also probably the only one that actually has enough familiarity with the concept of a defense attorney to begin with.
Yeah. Like she's like, I know what we're going for exactly. What question shall we ask?
Oh, the Marceline vibes. I wasn't going for that, but I could definitely see it.
I feel like you ought to.
Like the sassy goth. Let's do about the book. So this book that everyone's so worried about, Fresh Teeth? Ugh, it's so fucking stupid. Fresh Teeth isn't even that dirty. I see way worse shit on the internet. It's like embarrassingly bad. Wait, how do you know that?
Yeah, isn't it forbidden?
Please. It's usually just sitting there in the old cloister library. I'm definitely not the only one who's looked through it. Which is why this whole situation is stupid.
Wait, can we ask her more shit?
Yeah, probably. Could we ask you a few more questions? Fine.
Let's dig into Lynera. You gonna say it?
Oh, so about Lynera. What about her? She's a bitch. Oh, she sucks. Not really anything else I can say. She wants to get me called. She's absolutely convinced herself that I'm trying to fuck Bronya.
Joey's like, that was a bad word.
That was a bad word.
Are you?
Ugh, no. You think I'm trying to get with any of these losers I see literally every day? I've been down that road before. I'm over it.
Let's get her last thing.
So, all the other Greenbloods, you're all family? What?
What's
I mean,
a family?
What the fuck's a family?
What the fuck's a family?
I asked you first. Oh yeah. We all got chose for Cloister when we were barely older than Wigglers. We're the fucking special ones who get to take care of the Mother Grub and all its business cavern to grave. Not all Jays get chosen, but apparently we're the purest of the pure.
This is the purest of the pure? I mean, Wan Chi, sure. Branya, maybe.
Well, anytime someone brings up the concept of like pure blood, it's usually bullshit, and it's usually like
this
based on some sort of questionable something or another, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. LOL, right? One look at Lanky and any theory anybody has for the Cloister falls apart.
Yeah, I would say out of all of the blood cast, this one is the most dysfunctional.
Mm-hmm. That guy hatched, crawled right back into a bucket, and never came out. Oh, that's so risque.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, everyone who lives in the cavern's a steaming pile of garbage, including myself. We're all garbage. Who the fuck are you, kid? I'm just very stupid.
Just so fucking stupid.
Whatever.
She is. She's really dumb.
Yeah, we can't leave. Do you know what cloistered means? It means these assholes are the only trolls I'm gonna see before I have to leave the planet. It's not like we can just sneak out. We'd be killed by drones.
Go away.
Literally the only fucking time we're allowed to leave that shithole is Jevik Week, and even that's new. You'd be bitter too.
You're right. No, he didn't finish.
What is your take on the other Jades?
My take?
Yeah, you know. What do you feel about the rest of your, traveling companions?
Very little.
Wow, you're helpful.
Quite.
So, do you believe Daria did it?
You know, I just can't quite bring myself to care. This is going nowhere. Glad to be of help.
Yeah, Brian will bring up a good thing about, like, why Jevik Week is an exception. I wonder if they're gonna actually discuss that or not.
You know why I think it is? Plot bullshit! Let's see. We got these two, and they're what's left, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Go away, I'm not a suspect.
Do we have to talk to her? She looks like she might knife us. Let's give a statement.
Do you mind giving us a statement? Yes, I mind. I find it offensive that you think I have something to hide. Daria is the culprit, plain and simple. But Daria has no reason to steal anything, especially not something like a vampire book. Can you really imagine those kinds of fancy pants, curly-haired, gay, old man guys appealing to a totally radical punk teen? Clearly, since I'm from this era of time, it's not a cool thing yet. Nobody's sparkling. Except
Nobody's
for the
sparkling.
fact that you had like Queen of the Damned and Interview with the Vampire from Anne Rice a little bit around this time or earlier, but I'm probably a little too young to read it.
Yeah,
And
I don't
also,
think Joey's totally into the Anne Rice scene yet.
yeah.
Everybody get off the desk. Get off the desk, please. Thank you.
Let me clear all my 17 cats off the desk. Come on. And I don't think she's the type to stir up a scene for yucks, so what would she have to gain? She would gain tingly feelings in areas we best not talk about. Daria is a nasty pervert bitch. And that's all I have to say on the matter.
She's like right there, bro.
She's like,
I
you're
love-
a bitch. And then she's like, you're a bitch.
You're a bitch.
Haven't you had enough already? Why are you so passionate about this? You're making a big stink over it, and I don't understand why. What do you mean? Justice must be called down upon Daria.
But Daria is your cloister mate. Do you not care about her?
What matters most is what's best for the whole cloister.
How is going through this trial going to help your cloister?
Look, I am only doing this to help Branya. She is the shining star that lights our way in these dark caverns. It's about time there was some consequences for how they treat her. What a loving and definitely functional and kind Jadebug family looks like.
This is the most functional the cloisters have ever been.
You know... We want to know a little bit more about your friends, I guess? Can you even call them that? We're cloister mates. I can assure you that there's no stronger connection in this world than between Jades and a cloister.
I doubt that.
Except for Daria, she's a bitch. Even though Wanshi is an irresponsible mess who reads too much deplorable literature. And Daria is a nasty thief who never respects the rules. And Linky is the disgusting party boy slut who participates in degenerate activities. All these frictions are just trials to test our faith and commitment to our duty.
Are they?
I am so grateful to my cloister mates for providing me this endless opportunity to prove my strength and loyalty.
Oh, good.
We have an unbreakable bond of blood and tradition that binds us more closely than any quadrant.
Wow, it sounds like you guys love each other a lot.
I hate them so much.
I hate all of them.
Well, alright then. Perpetually stressed librarian is kind of what the vibe I'm getting off of her too.
I feel like unless you are a perpetually stressed librarian, it's hard to channel that, you know? Like, it has to be a lived experience.
Yeah.
And finally, we'll talk to Branya, who probably has plenty of opinions.
Hey Branya, do you have the key to the lockers? We kind of need to get inside if we're going to do a thorough investigation.
If I were a less diplomatic person with anything more than inoffensively neutral opinions, I might say that this is all fucking ridiculous. But here. She's probably got more of a, like a teacher voice, you know what I mean?
But we already kind of,
I went with the cheerleader voice.
the cheerleader, most popular girls in school voice.
Yeah. And despite being a teacher, I don't have a very good teacher voice. I just make fun of the kids.
Use your key. Use your key.
Oh, I got that, but first we're gonna go dance for Marvis. Because Renegade Turtle says that we should do that.
Dance for Marvis. Okay, which... Yada, girl, turn it up!
Yes!
That was, again...
That was worth
Marvis,
it.
Every single time he gets a different voice. and I can't do anything.